Well, hello, Professor Juan and everyone who will watch this video. My name is Matias Miranda, and in the following video, I am going to talk about the analysis that I made about this National English book that is from first year of high school, and of course, the latest version from 2021. So let's begin. Well, first, as a brief introduction, the following analysis will use the National Book of English, as I said before, called English Join Us, made for students of first year of high school. And in addition to this, the outcome of this analysis is to go through the main components and aspects of this book in order to conclude if this book accomplished with the criteria stipulated by Murcia 2014. Well, first of all, the index. We have the presentation and format first, then the content information, then the practice, the evaluation, and finally the support. Well, first of all, the presentation format. Well, first of all, according to Celse and Murcia from 2014, there are several factors and aspects of a textbook that are quite relevant for students and teachers as well. Considering, of course, a teacher's perspective, that is what it matters right now, we can take our own conclusions using the English book chosen previously at the beginning of this analysis. To begin, we can say that as usual, these textbooks uses several colors, and at the same time they are very intense, which as a personal conclusion, I believe it will be helpful for the students to catch the first attention, considering that kids and teenagers in this case tend to pick a book for the color or content of its cover. And as usual as well, we can see many people on the cover. So in view of what was mentioned before, the fact of having several people from all around the world can easily make us realize that the main editor of these textbooks tried to show people from all around the world. And then regarding the units of these textbooks, we have seen that there are 4 units, which is not unusual since the majority of these texts just contain 4 units for timing reasons and so on. So basically, the first unit is days gone by. The second one is people around us. The third one is the beauty that surrounds us. And the last one, it's called great moments. Well, being deeper with the topics related to the units, we can see that all of them are a mix of contents in which the learners will learn content related to the discipline that is English itself, such as grammar basics and the use of verb in different timings and situations, applying them on a variety of sentences. And at the same time, they will learn about the importance of or positive aspects, for example, of traveling, the cultural aspects that they will learn if they travel, the importance of human relationships with their friends and family members, the importance of enjoying the life with great moments, and so on. So regarding the connection of the units, we have concluded that they are completely connected, considering, of course, as key point, the national curriculum, and all the contents presented are accurate for the students' age and pre-knowledge. In addition to this, we were able to see a progression that we have been seeing between the contents and the difficulties in Unit 1, and how these contents and difficulties are increasing while passing through the 4 units. So regarding planification, we believe that the quantity of work and content that these textbooks has is the accurate to work with for an entire year, and a scholar year, of course, since March until December, considering the amount of hours that English classes has by law in every grade. So I think it's very fair enough, and with proper organization, all the contents can be taught in the entire scholar year. So concluding with this chapter of the analysis, in terms of organization, the textbooks is very organized indeed from a teacher's perspective, of course. Also, there is a huge amount of useful information for us as a teacher, as I said. For example, at the beginning, we have the typical introductions with some messages and paperwork to then have explicitly the index, the approach of the book and how to reach it. We have the entire unit planned as well in order to have some reference for timing and way of teaching. And then we have the content itself. That is the same that the students look at it on their students' version textbook. And surrounding those pages, we have several information and tips to use while we teach in a determined class. So this last point in particular is the most important, significant, and relevant for us as a pre-service teachers. So now let's talk about the content information. Well, regarding the content information, as said in the first point of this analysis, we have 4 units that you can see there. Unit 1, days gone by. Unit 2, the people around us. Unit 3, the beauty that surround us. And finally, great moments. So in the 4 units, we will see content related to the English itself, but at the same time, the students will learn simultaneously about aspects non-related to the English in order to catch their attention and motivate them to learn the content using English as a foreign language. So I have here a piece of text in which I will read about the contents that are several, of course. Well, regarding the first unit, regarding the English content, we have past tenses, practicing how to write and say different numbers, practice the Asian sound that has, for example, the word communication and so on. And regarding non-English content, we have know places from all around the world with clear tendencies to show Chilean places to visit. Regarding the Unit 2, we have regarding Unit 2 and English content, we have present perfect pronunciation, the proper use of the stress, reading comprehension, and write biographies. While regarding non-English content, we have meeting unconventional jobs and the importance of family relationships. And regarding the unit number 3, we have in the beauty that surround us regarding English content expressions related to necessities, present simple, clear activities, and writing articles. And regarding non-English content, we have social studies and scientific studies. And regarding the last and final unit, we have the recapitulation of the contents seen on Unit 1, 2, and 3. And regarding non-English content, we have the importance of technology nowadays. First year of high school must learn English using the 4 main skills. That means that they must practice speaking, reading, writing, and listening. Since they are far away of being experts, of course, the difficulty of the content must be accurate to their knowledge. In simple terms, regarding the content of the book, we can see a bunch of activities for the students. The majority of them are short and small in order to do them between 60 to a 90-minute class, and also to make the students' life easier, of course, not harder. Regarding the listening, they have several activities in which we see the typical conversation between 2 people. The majority of these audios are made by British people with the same accent, as a consequence, in which the students listen to it and write some answers in English as well, of course. Regarding reading, they also have several activities. The majority of them had relation with contextualized vocabulary in order to improve their vocabulary and make it wider. Well, regarding writing, we must say that there are several activities as well, but the majority of them are a little bit shorter than the others, and they are not in terms of quantity as much as in the other abilities. But in general words, they have small activities in which they have to write some sentences in order to see if they are understanding the structure of sentences. And finally, regarding speaking, the approach of this textbook is to create spaces in which the students can open their minds and express some thoughts on how they feel about the content of the book or other aspects. But the reality, as we all know, is that the majority of the students do not feel comfortable at all speaking in English, or they do not know how to do it, literally. So to avoid these gaps, we always use reading activities in order to let them speak, or also known as read aloud. Well, the main activity that we see are reading comprehension, listen and answer, multiple selection, speak about their opinions about a determined topic or text, among other activities. So now, regarding evaluation, from a teacher's perspective, this textbook gives us several aids for evaluation. During the 4 units, we can see from activities to activate or consolidate students' knowledge, or also activities to complete at home to reinforce the students' knowledge acquired during the previous lessons, and activities to do during the lesson, like pre-reading or post-reading activities. So in resume, all the units of these textbooks give us a plenty of activities in order to evaluate students' learning at the determined point. And well, concluding with this analysis on this section, our findings reveal that there is effectively a sequence followed strictly in every single sense, by the way. The way in which the students were shown, the planning itself, the methodologies, the way in which the text covered the OAs, also known as Objetivos de Aprendizaje in Spanish, and the main learning outcomes, and so on. So in general terms, we have no doubts regarding the proper and effective sequence that these texts has. Regarding manuals or something, I will not lie, and it does not include a proper manual, like, for example, the ones who had the cell phones in the past, or the ones that the cars has and had the entire life. Notwithstanding, the entire teacher's book, it's a manual itself, as a personal opinion, because the book shows everything, literally. We have in the sides of the pages how to do the lessons, how to approach them, which words to use, which sentences. We have almost everything. So I think it's, even though we do not have like a proper manual, the teacher's book of English has a lot of information that support us. Well, in addition to this, the book does not include, again, printing material. However, it is a reality that many teachers found so helpful the contents from the book itself that many times they download the content from the virtual version of the text, and then they show it. Well, in many cases, they show it in a worksheet, or also in a PowerPoint presentation, or even in the test. Or as well, they scan the book and give a printed material for all the students. And finally, regarding extra material, apart from the one that it's explicitly presented of the book, we have a pen drive sticked literally at the end of the book, in which we have all the audios and listening activities. We must clarify as well that this pendrive is just available for teachers and not for students. And I think that the main reason in which includes a pendrive and not a CD is because basically the majority of the computers from nowadays does not include a CD slot. So yeah, that was my video analysis. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Bye bye bye.